In everyday life, the words speed and velocity are used interchangeably. In physics, they have a subtle distinction. Speed is the amount of distance you cover per unit of time. To find an object's average speed, you simply divide the distance the object has traveled by the time it has taken to travel that distance. Both distance and time are scalar quantities, which means they have no defined direction, which means that speed is not defined in a direction. Saying something like my speed is 60 km per hour in the west direction is acceptable in everyday life, but in physics it is strange seeing as speed is a scalar quantity and is not supposed to have a direction. Velocity is how far you have travelled from your starting point per unit of time. To find an object's average velocity, you simply divide the displacement of that object by the time it took. Note, the displacement of an object is the straight line distance between its starting point and its current position. To measure a car's distance, you would have to measure every single point along its journey, and this is why we don't give a direction. But to measure a car's displacement, you can measure how far it has gone from its starting point in a straight line. This is where we can give a direction of the straight line. Back to velocity. Seeing as displacement is a vector quantity, velocity is also a vector quantity, which means that it is defined in both a magnitude and a direction. Saying something like my velocity is 40 km per hour is acceptable in everyday life, but in physics it is incomplete, seeing as a direction has not been specified.